Oh, why hello everybody. Welcome to a new episode. I'm trying something new today. We're going to be trying to build stuff, and I'm going to be calling it Building with Bonzi. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm doing, or how to make YouTube videos, or really anything in life, but I do want to show you something. I've been making these in my free time, and it's wonderful. I have so much fun doing it, and it's just like a little passion project that I want to share. And I don't know, it would make it more rewarding if I just made little videos out of making these things instead of just making them and putting them on a shelf. But yeah, let's get into it. This is what these kind of builds are gonna look like next to your minis. Now, don't mind, the minis aren't fully painted. Don't judge me, but I'm just trying my best here. So, first you gotta think about what you're gonna be building, and make sure that you have your hot glue gun plugged in to an outlet near you so it's not stretching away. So let's go change spots. But I still gotta think about what I'm gonna do. I don't want to do anything too crazy for my first video, so let's do something simple. It's got a 2" by 3.5" piece of cardboard, and the exact same piece of cardboard but with different measurements, and here I'm showing you that I fucked up, and in fact, that is the measurement for that other piece of cardboard, and I wrote it down on the wrong one. But that's okay. Anyway, I just start usually by gluing together with a hot glue gun. I like to use the one with the low power so I don't get burnt. But I just glue the edges together. No biggie. Now, a smart thing to do is to cut out your windows and your doors before you do this step. But I'm going to show you a trick just in case you forget how to do that. Or rather, if you do that. Here I am testing out the size of said door and window next to a miniature. It's really good to keep your miniatures nearby for scale, so that you know really what's going on. The worst is whenever you build an entire building and then you start to play on it and it's literally unplayable. But just be very careful not to cut yourself and cut off the table. Get your cutting mat, whatnot. I don't know. You guys already probably know how to do this. Why am I telling you how to do anything? I don't know nothing. But once you get your door cut out, glue it into place, and we're just gonna have a nice little rectangular shape that we can build off of. Yep, that's a corner, all right. Wow, thanks, Bonzi. You're wonderful. Now, I'm going to put a window onto this wall, but I'm going to glue it into place just so I can show you what's going on. And yeah, hot glue guns, you gotta deal with strings. It's the problem, but I will show you a trick towards the end of the video that almost every single one of you will already know, but I'm glad to show you anyway. So, once I get this hot glue off, I'm going to go grab something. Oh yeah, here is my favorite building material ever. It's used specifically to hold drinks whenever they're being shipped to restaurants. For this one in particular, it is hot sauce at Chipotle. And I have gathered many over the years, and I have brought way too much stuff to my new home, including just crappy cardboard. So I'm just going to try to use it up. Cutting it into small little wooden boards, or cardboard, sticks. I'm going to lay them as kind of you would on a house. Just kind of letting them hang off the edge and then trimming them up so that it just makes a nice clean edge. Here's an example of that. There's that window that I was telling you about that I'm going to show you how to cut out. By putting the boards all around it, you've given yourself a nice little edge, and you can just go in with an X-Acto knife and carve that right out real easy. Won't be as clean as the other one, but if you do forget before, gluing together your walls to cut out your windows, this is the way to do it. It is a little stressful though. Well, while I'm taking my time with this, let me ask you a question. How are you guys doing? How was your day? Have you been having a good week? Do you watch these kind of videos often? Just let me know in the comment section. Get some interactions going. I know no one's gonna watch this video, so it'd be awesome if one person commented. But here I am just adding a little bit of extra details. Simple boards just put vertically against the horizontals. just really help it pop and bring it all together, as well as give you an accent piece to paint once you get to painting. But though sadly we won't have time in this video to get to the painting, I will be posting a video soon of me going through and doing that. I'm gonna leave that back wall just all planks, just for simplicity's sake. It's really good to keep your space cleared, because I will cut boards for specific purposes, and then I will just fucking lose them, and I'll search everywhere, and then I'll end up having to cut it, and then I'll find the exact piece that I needed that was cut exactly to what I needed it for, and then it's not used for anything else, and it ends up being thrown away. But that's okay, and I mean recycled, not thrown away. Don't kill me. It's very good to keep a little like brown paper bag or your recycling bin nearby, so after you're done with the projects, just swipe all those boards in there. You do not need to keep cardboard. You can fucking find cardboard anywhere, man. And I've really fallen into the trap of, oh, but I really need this because I use it all the time, and then it ends up being a massive pile in the corner of my room that just looks so ugly, and I don't produce crafts enough to burn it up. So maybe that's just a me problem, maybe it's not a you problem. Either way, here's the little house so far, and now you can see all those hot glue strings. And we're going to be doing a little trick with a lighter in a second for that, but I'm going to leave the interior of the house kind of undecorated. Not for any real purpose, just kind of because I'm lazy, and you hardly ever enter these buildings in games anyway, but whenever you do, you know, you usually put the roof back on anyway, and whatnot. But I've never felt too worried about the interior, especially since you can just dry brush on some white or something and just kind of make it look like a dingy interior. I kept that little cardboard piece that we cut the doorway out of, so I could make a little perfect doorway. Now, it is a little bit too chunky, but you know what, who cares? I also, yeah, put this little roof on, making more boards. Yeah, pretty awesome stuff, right guys? Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit, and I'm just gonna let you enjoy the jazz and the crafting. Here I am putting in little tiny cardboard squares into the corners of the roof, so that way it can just easily plop right on, it won't slide away. I mean, it's not the most efficient solution. The better option would be snaps or magnets, though I like to keep it cheap and just use all cardboard because I'm not that fancy. But if I was selling this, I would probably make it 1 or 2 magnets that would hold it down, and of course, maybe a little more detail on this building. But this is just a test video to really see if I have what it takes to even make a YouTube video and make it entertaining. I think I'm failing, but we will see. Here I am cutting out the roof with the, what is that called? Corrugated paper. I had to order it on Amazon and it came from England. Cannot find any of this anywhere that I've ever been in any craft store or dollar store or anything in the United States. Though I've only checked maybe 3 or 4 states, so I can't really be certain. Just can't find corrugated paper anywhere. You can rip the side off of the cardboard that I'm using for the internal structure of this build, and if you rip off one side of cardboard, it kind of gets that corrugated look, but you have to clean it up really well because it's just got so many paper bits. But here is almost the final project, but there's too much glue. So just taking a little simple lighter and being careful not to burn yourself or set the cardboard and paper thing that you were holding on fire, you just melt away the wax, the hot glue gun. hot glue. I'm going crazy, guys. And then you just wipe away if there's too much of a blob. I like to wipe with the grain of the wood, or what the grain would be going, just to give a little bit of extra texture, and I try to get as much off as possible, but I avoid melting anything. Now, I'm going to wrap this video up, and hopefully be posting a painting video in the next couple of days. If not, well, you know, maybe I'll just forget about this forever, and this will just be a lost project. Have a beautiful day, guys, and enjoy yourselves. Love you.